Hey guys, how's it going? This is Daniel, the Land Miler, and today we're going to be going over the first of our Big 5 Canadian bank loyalty programs, BMO Rewards. We'll be going over the various credit cards that earns BMO points, as well as some notable perks and their bonuses, a points valuation, and some redemption routes you want to consider when you're collecting these points. If you're new to the channel, I talk about credit cards, how to travel the world in first and business class, so if that's something you're interested in, please consider subscribing to the channel and turning on that notification button. First, let's get into the credit cards that earn BMO Rewards points. For quite some time now, the Bank of Montreal had built their credit card portfolio primarily out of MasterCard products. With MasterCard, BMO's always had several great offerings like the BMO Rewards MasterCard and the BMO World Elite. The BMO World Elite really was Bank of Montreal's flagship MasterCard, with a 3x multiplier on dining and travel, having one of the strongest insurance packages, as well as having a free membership to Priority Pass with 4 free lounge passes per year. In terms of bonuses, we've often seen this card go first year free along with a bonus of around 30 to 35,000 bonus BMO points. Last year, BMO had released Visa cards in the form of their Eclipse series, so the Eclipse Visa Infinite and the Eclipse Visa Infinite Privilege, some of which I've covered in a previous video. This is the first time we've seen a Canadian bank offering a 5x multiplier on a non-American Express product. However, I'll explain in a second why it's not a true 5x multiplier. Similar to the BMO World Elite, the Eclipse Visa Infinite is typically offered on a first year free basis along with a 40,000 point bonus. While the Eclipse Visa Infinite doesn't offer the same comprehensive package like the BMO World Elite, it does make up for it with its points earning potential with their 5x categories. But how much is a BMO point really worth? Now, I think for the most part, it's safe to assume that each point would be worth at least 1 cent per point, which BMO points were once upon a time. We saw a devaluation several years ago where BMO points were essentially worth 140 points per dollar or 0.71 cents per point. This is also only true if you're using the BMO travel portal to book flights or hotels. With some additional changes that happened in May of this year, BMO points are now devalued to a point of 150 points per $1 or 0.67 cents per point valuation. If we apply this ratio to our return of spending, it would look something like this. The general earning rate on the Eclipse card of 1 point per dollar would return 0.67 cents or 0.67%. 2 points per dollar would be 1.34%. 3 points per dollar would be 2.01%, and since there's no 4x category, the 5 points per dollar multiplier would yield 3.35%. The rates I've just listed are specific to redeeming on the BMO travel portal, which is something of a best case scenario. If you're doing other things like redeeming for merchandise, value can go downhill really quickly. I took some time to scroll through BMO's merchandise store to look for something to use as a proxy. Monthly special Home Depot gift card. Let's take a look at the redemption value. This $100 gift card goes for 22,300 points, making this redemption a value of 0.448 cents per point, meaning you're losing a bunch of value on top of the now devalued points. Straying away from the monthly specials, I came across a random Cuisinart coffee maker for 27,500 points. Sounds like a great deal? It sells on Amazon for around $90. Doing a quick calculation, this redemption would get us a value of 0.327 cents per point, over a 50% decrease in value when compared to booking travel using these points. Long story short, stay the hell away from redeeming merchandise. But isn't there any way we can cash out these points? Well, there's actually one way that's possible. With the May devaluation, travel redemptions, as well as financial contributions now sit at the same 15,000 points to $100 ratio. I personally think of investments as being relatively liquid when compared to cash. So if you're stuck with some BMO points and have nothing to redeem, definitely the investment option is a great choice. Just note you can only invest in chunks of 15,000 points. Anything less will not qualify. Unlike airline programs like Aeroplan, there isn't really a way for BMO Rewards points to see outsized value. But if you're making interest on your investments, that's a great way to cash out. In all fairness, I do think that BMO Rewards is a great choice compared to some of the other Big 5 loyalty programs. Despite the 0.67 cents per point valuation, the 3 and 5x multipliers on the BMO World Elite and BMO Eclipse Visa Infinite cards make for a great foundation from a value perspective. The great insurance package, as well as the free lounge passes from the BMO World Elite, are definitely something not to be overlooked. At the same time, since you can invest your points in a BMO investment account, I'd say that the rewards are relatively liquid. You can pretty much redeem them at maximum value for very little effort. If you're not someone who's gunning for business or first class and just want to save several $100s for your next trip, then BMO Rewards might be a great option for you to use. Just remember, don't redeem for merchandise. Next week, we'll be tackling another Big 5 Canadian bank loyalty program, so stay tuned. And again, if you're enjoying my credit card content, please consider subscribing to the channel, and it'd be a great help if you can click that like button and turning on those notification buttons. Thanks for watching. Peace.